Well, we're taking a live look over at the New River Gorge Bridge. On this Tuesday morning, you can see that we are seeing some very dense fog out there this morning, and it is reducing our visibility, mainly throughout those river valley areas. So if you are heading out the door, give yourself just a little bit of extra time, and of course, use those low beam lights. Now, otherwise, Doppler radar, we're off to a dry start. Doppler radar just picking up a little bit of ground clutter, starting off with partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. That rain staying on off toward North 4 right now, but we are tracking some more as we go into this afternoon. Now, temperatures are starting off pretty warm once again. Most of us sitting in the mid to upper 60s, 63 in Rainelle and in Richwood, 64 in Summersville, 65 in Fayetteville, 66 in Oak Hill, and 67 down towards Welch and Pineville. A little bit cooler out towards Bluefield, sitting at 64 degrees. So we're sitting a little bit warmer and a little bit more muggy this morning. So just be a little cautious of that. You don't really need that jacket this morning. Now, looking at our FUTURECAST, we're going to stay dry through a good majority of the day. Those temperatures warming on up this afternoon into the low to mid 80s. Could see some upper 80s, especially out towards those coal fields. And then notice we are going to start to see that cold front sag on south as we go in towards this evening, and then that'll eventually drop on through our area, bringing us just a few showers and thunderstorms. We'll have a look at that severe weather outlook here in just 1 second. We're going to dry things out going into the overnight hours. Temperatures not dropping on down all too much. We're going to be sitting in the mid to upper 60s yet again, and then we're going to go into your Wednesday. We're staying dry. Can't rule out maybe an isolated shower going into tomorrow afternoon, but notice our temperatures, we're still staying warm in the low to mid 80s, some upper 80s out towards the coal fields, and we're going to stay dry going into your early Thursday morning. However, we are looking at some tropics that will be impacting us here in southern West Virginia. Now, looking at our rainfall forecast, how much rain are we going to be seeing as we go through today and into early tomorrow morning? Picking up some trace amounts up to a quarter, maybe even a half an inch. We are going to be seeing some potentially heavy downpours, so we could be looking at some higher rainfall amounts for some of the areas. So that flood threat is there for today. Most of us sitting under that slight to marginal, that marginal to slight risk. So you want to be a little cautious if you come across high waters. Turn around, don't drown. We are looking at the potential for some runoff as we go into today. Now, also looking at that severe weather outlook, most of us staying under that marginal risk, but we do have the northern part of Nicholas County in that low risk for some severe weather. So we are looking at the potential for some gusty winds, some heavy downpours, and the potential for some small hail, but that's very isolated. So we're looking at some brief thunderstorms today, and we're also looking at the tropics. Tropical storm Laura sitting at 65 miles per hour for her wind gusts, still sitting just off to the west of Cuba right now, but it is forecasted to continue to move through the Gulf. By this afternoon, it's looking to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane, and then as it makes landfall on the border of Texas and Louisiana, it's looking like it could be a Category 2, Category 3 hurricane. So that is very devastating down towards our south, and then it'll eventually move on into our area just as a low pressure system, but it still could be producing some heavy rainfall for our area. So that is something we'll keep an eye on. Otherwise, we're going to focus on the good news for right now. Looking at SHEE's dog walking forecast this morning, we have Bodie, courtesy of Mike Withrow. Perfect day to sit out on that porch, giving it green paws all throughout the day. But of course, keep your eye to the skies. We could be seeing some showers and thunderstorms going into this evening. So looking at the next 7 days, we're looking at a dry day for tomorrow. Of course, can't rule out maybe an isolated shower or storm. And then we're really going to pick up those rain chances as Tropical Storm Laura moves through our area, with those temperatures cooling back down into the mid to upper 70s.